What's going on? It's Fizz, bringing another Call of Duty vlog. I guess by the numbers, by the information, by whatever you want to call it. And the reason why I'm making this vlog, really, it's Sunday. That's half of it. And the other reason is I'm kind of annoyed. And the third part is I really don't like to even, I don't even care to talk about Call of Duty, to be honest with you, because I don't think it deserves my time. But I think a lot of people out there don't know the history, don't know the past of Call of Duty, don't understand the numbers, and just assume certain things that, like Coney 2012, if somebody says something and they just jump on it because that's the age we live in now, a social stratosphere, he said, she said, blah, 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 and if it's on the internet and they got a bunch of followers, blah, 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 then it must be true. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I have been or was a loyal fan to the Call of Duty series since day one. And by no means am I thinking that you owe me something for that. All I'm doing is expressing my past wisdom and experience out here in the vlog, out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just putting it out there. So you could take this information and you could tell me that I'm full of shit, or you could say whatever you want or think whatever you want. But I'm just going to give you a little tidbit on myself. If you the first time you ever see me in a video, I've been on YouTube since 2006. I do it just because it's an expression, it's art to me, it's meditation. I like to post gameplays. I was a Battlefield 2 person. I jumped on the Call of Duty train. Call of Duty 4 First Wave Beta. Go back to XF1STX. Posted beta gameplay. I was in the first wave. I played it since day one all the way through. At least 100,000 kills every single Call of Duty. I've been to Call of Duty XP. I've been in this community, Call of Duty community, whether it's stretched from here to Twitter to Facebook or whatever. So I think that if anything, I'm a somewhat valuable critic on this forum. And the reason that I'm making this video is that, I seen a tweet by Michael Condrey. And that tweet I responded to, and when I responded to it, then I got a bunch of people in my comments responding back to me. And Twitter is not the place, nor is YouTube or any, unless you're face to face with people so they can see you and express things and you can sit down and debate. But it's a little bit better than Twitter. Twitter is like 140 characters. It's really hard to get your point across. And then sometimes if you say something and it comes out the wrong way, then people take that and go off on a tangent, and then you know what, you get into a big argument, and nobody's really understanding each other. So Michael Condrey, I'll post it here or whatever on the side of this video. Michael Condrey had said something to the effect that I would like to thank Nadeshot, Optic Nadeshot. If you don't know who he is, he's a pro esports Call of Duty player. And Optic Rambo or Rambo NV or whatever his name is now, I would like to thank these two guys, and he specifically said in his tweet that you two guys will make this game great. And so I said in my response to that Twitter, I said something to the effect that thanks for responding to the rest of the general public, who patronize your game. No wonder this game is failing in sales. I said that to myself, not to him. But that was the first part. Thanks for listening to the general public that is out there. Now let me tell you something about service, because in order for you to keep customers around, you have to have service. And in this hyper competitive world that we live in, FPS shooters, gaming, everything, it's a hyper competitive market. And you want to see how you can approach a buyer. What is the best way that you can approach a buyer like myself, a casual person, the portion of your community which represents 99.99% or better of the people who purchase your game? Which is the best way to represent them? And in the past, Call of Duty has represented or has approached the buyers by giving them assumed and expected service. That's how you kept retention. You kept people around. You knew that if you were getting a Call of Duty game, it was going to be a military shooter, a first-person shooter. That is assumed. You expect the game to have military weapons from a modern age or whatever. That's expected. You're amazed by the fact that you get add-ons and DLCs and stuff. You're impressed that they care about what you have to say. You know what I mean? You're amazed by what you, the regular consumer, you have to say. But it's like they abandoned all four of those things, and they strictly went to Call of Duty esports and said, okay, we would like to thank Nadeshot and this other guy for making Call of Duty Advanced Warfare great. Great for who? Great for the less than 1% of the community that purchases your game? How is that going to be fun to the rest of us? Do you understand that comment that you've made is like, it's ridiculous. So I wanted to go over how ridiculous this sounds, because this is where me and about 1,000 other people got confused in the comment section. So I went back and I looked at these numbers, because as it stands right now, the way that Activision and the developers of Call of Duty at this point in time believe that because of X amount of limited players who have a social standing in the social stratosphere are more important than the majority of people who pay to play their game. You know, not every single person who plays Call of Duty has a Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. They like to just come home, have fun, and have a casual, fun time with your game. But you're literally taking all of the four things that I mentioned, expected, assumed, impressed, amazed things, right out of it for the casual player. They're not even giving you nothing. This whole game is based on how much we can please less than 1% of the community. Let me tell you something. In this hyper-competitive world that we live in for gaming, if one AAA title comes along that's a decent military first-person shooter that has fluidity and decency of a military shooter, there's nobody going to be playing Call of Duty, regardless of how much attention that social stratosphere jargonauts have on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, MLG TV, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. If you go back and look at the dates of when these people played in the Call of Duty championships, like, I don't understand this. Your sales are not fluctuating on Call of Duty $1 million championships. They're not saying, oh my god, Call of Duty championships are doing so awesome, I'm going to go out and buy a copy of Call of Duty because of that. But yet, you go out of your way to cater to these people. And like I said, I don't have a... Let me make this perfectly clear. Call of Duty is two different games. You have the casual community, and you have the esports community now. What the problem is that you're neglecting everybody that's paying the bills. You're focusing completely on esports. When you focus completely on esports, which does not represent the majority of the people who are paying for your game, you have to think about who you're representing here. Or even if you're trying to change a culture, this door is wide open on your backside. Because you think about a Call of Duty esports player, 70, 40 hours a week put into the game. How many people, if you look at a Call of Duty esports pro, can fall into that category of gamer? First of all, none of these guys pay for the game. So, and if they're at a tournament, how much is, and where's the data and analysis on people going out and buying DLC and buying map packs or buying the game because these people are at tournaments? If you think X Games, having a pre-recorded X Games finals is going to be anything different for Call of Duty. I mean, it's no different than you spending billions of dollars on advertising than having these guys at X Games promoting them and nothing for your own game. You could just spend that money what you've been doing. I mean, the numbers don't lie. So anyways, the point that I'm trying to make here is that you're focusing completely on something that you're going to take about maybe 10 years to build and morph into something else. And by then, there's going to be a AAA title coming up behind you. History repeats itself. This is the same thing that happened to Halo. Halo was on this upscale, and even though USO was trying to be Call of Duty, whatever, MLG Sports ruined that game. You took the fun away from that game. The reason why people played Halo. And guess what? Call of Duty came out of nowhere. Call of Duty 4 came out, and by Modern Warfare 2, Halo was dead. One title, and you're doing the same thing that Halo's done, is going to happen to Call of Duty. So let me just go over these numbers, because I want to explain to you, ever since that they've installed esports, which direction this game has gone into. So anyways, I want to talk about the total Call of Duty. I'm going to talk about total global Call of Duty sales. This is total, okay? And we're going to make some important points as we go along as well. So Call of Duty 4, when it first popped up on the scene, Call of Duty 4 sold a total of 15.50 million units worldwide on console. And we're talking only console, not PC. Worldwide console, 15.5 million. These are indicators. You're watching the game grow. World at War went down, 12.22 million. And then I think after World at War was Modern Warfare 2. Now Modern Warfare 2 blew up, 23.56 million units. Modern Warfare 2. Now, do you think that, Modern Warfare 2 at 23.56 million units was because of esports? I don't think so. It was because of the casual community was enjoying themselves. This game was fun as hell. So then we go from Modern Warfare 2 to Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 did Black Ops 1 did 26.18 million units. Okay? Then Modern Warfare 3 from Modern Warfare 2. And this is where people get confused when I say that units decreased from the last Call of Duty. So we're on an uptick right now. But then you look at Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 sold 26.97 million units. So they went up 6 million units from their last installment, Infinity War. So then we go from Modern Warfare 3 to Black Ops 2. So this is when esports was installed into Call of Duty. And everybody goes, oh, Black Ops 2 is the best game, blah, 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 blah. Well, the fucking numbers do not lie. I don't care what you say. Numbers do not lie. So Black Ops 2 is supposed to be the best Call of Duty ever made. Black Ops 2, and this is when David Von der Harp installed this whole idea of esports into the game. And when you ignore the general public who is paying for your game, this is what happens. Black Ops 2 from Black Ops 1 and from Modern Warfare 3. From Black Ops 2 from Modern Warfare 3 on total console sales was sold 23.96. It dropped 3 million units from Modern Warfare 3. It dropped 3 million units from Black Ops 1. 3 million units across the board on both games. So not only did Treyarch, this is where you can trace the problem. This is where Call of Duty was ruined. So you see right from this point, right from global sales, and we're going to get to United States sales and what that means next. But you see right here, Black Ops 2 and David Vonderhaar's idea, and this is when the guys left and were fired, even though Modern Warfare 3 still is still did the you know, Modern Warfare 3 was the most popular game worldwide at 26.97. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that Modern Warfare 3 from Modern Warfare 2 was an increase. Call of Duty, Call of Duty 4, they all increased from the previous year that the game came out. And we're gonna explain this. I'm gonna get to this because this is interesting shit here. So after Black Ops 2 came out, Ghost came out. Now Ghost dropped another 3 million units from Black Ops 2. So, but here's the thing. Call of Duty Ghost implemented all of Treyarch's ideas into their game. They did the 10-point system, they just changed it around. This Call of Duty Ghost is not an Infinity Ward game. This is a David Vonderhaar driven idea into this Ghost studio, Infinity Ward. It's not a complete studio. Now here's the interesting thing that I want to discuss with you, is that Ghost did 20.56 million units. That's over 4 consoles. So a lot of people, hardcore players, bought this game twice when they moved on, and I don't even know if they counted the $10 unit sale as the transfer as a unit sale owed to the new console. So, but that's an interesting point. I'm gonna come back to Ghost later on. So overall, you see that from Treyarch, this is where all the problems started, putting in esports. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that you're neglecting the community, and then when Michael Condrey comes out and says that Advanced Warfare, it's a completely new Call of Duty game. It is a spin-off of Call of Duty. It has Call of Duty controls. It feels like Call of Duty, but it's a spin-off. And then when you go out and say, hey, thanks Nadeshot and Rambo for making this game great, it's a total slap to the face of the rest of the community. And basically, frankly, what it's saying is that when the casuals get this game in their hands, they don't see these tweets, they don't see these videos, and when they play this game, they're gonna say, holy shit, it's not even Call of Duty. And it plays like I'm playing this, this game is not even fun. It's like shit. You're playing the game, they can't recognize it. Do you see the disaster that's happening with Battlefield Hardline? They totally abandoned the military shooter and went to a police shooter and slapped the Battlefield name and functions on it. I mean, wait until you see these numbers in the USA. So we have a clear indication of, when Treyarch hit its peak. And when you look at Treyarch, and I don't know if you remember this, Treyarch's Black Ops 1 had the most concurrent users online, 2.2 million at one time. Black Ops 1 probably was the most balanced Call of Duty at the time, with fun factor included into it. It made the snipers, you had to be really good to use a sniper. It wasn't corny. The snipers were balanced into the rest of the game, whereas Black Ops 2, the snipers had no penalty to the balance of the rest of the weapons in the game. It was completely ridiculous. I mean, a casual player is not going to come out here and tell you all these things. They just won't buy your game anymore. And it's evident by the numbers that they're not buying your game. These are just some of the problems. But the point that you're saying that esports is going to save Call of Duty and ignoring the rest of the community, that's a huge reason why your game is failing. So I want to go on to the most important thing, which is Call of Duty sales indicators in the USA. A lot of people say on Twitter, oh, Fist, there's other countries out there. Well, I gave you the global sales. I gave you the global sales. The global sales were as follows. Modern Warfare 3 is number 1 in the world at 26.97. million units. Black Ops 1 was number 2 with 26.18 million units. Or Black Ops 1 was second with 26.18 million units. And then Black Ops 2 barely beat out Modern Warfare 2. 23.96. Modern Warfare 2 had 23.56. So what is that? I mean, and Ghost was last in the current version of, and that went across 4 consoles at 20.56 million units. So that tells you that Black Ops 1, or Modern Warfare 3 was number 1. Black Ops number 1 was number 2, and it's a toss-up between Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2, which was 3. I mean, we're talking less than 100,000 units. And that's globally. So when somebody says, oh, Fish, you didn't talk about global, listen. If you look at the indicators in the United States, when Call of Duty was popular, the numbers start in the USA. And then when the numbers start in the USA, it spreads out like wildfire. And then other countries catch on to what we are doing, and then they start playing. It's the same effect in reverse. Once you see the indicators of people not playing Call of Duty on USA consoles, then it's like a wave. It'll get to them finally. You know, it was just the same thing that, okay, we're wearing 80s clothes in the United States, and then it's 1998, and it's finally got to Russia, and they're dressing like the 80s, and you're laughing at them. They don't get it yet. It's the same thing. It's a wave. They finally understand that we're not playing Call of Duty no more, and then it dies out. It's a wave. So let me give you the indicators proving this point. Call of Duty 4 in the United States, 8.75. World at War, 7.73 million units. Then you look at the next game in the United States. This is when it started happening. Modern Warfare 2, 13.27. That's United States, Xbox 360, PS3. Then Black Ops 1, booyah, blew up. Black Ops 1 went to 15.08 million units. And then Modern Warfare 3, 14.08 million units. You started to see it dropped by 1 million almost in the Xbox 360. Modern Warfare 3, people didn't really like it too much on the Xbox. Xbox 360 is the best indicator in the United States to where a game is going. So now listen, this is very interesting. So you got Black Ops 1, and then you have Black Ops 2, which everybody say, oh, Black Ops 2 is the best Call of Duty ever. It did 12.42 million units in the United States. So 12.4 million units. And I'm going to put all these numbers in the description so you can see them. I got this from a website, and you know what? You guys, anybody can pick any website they want. You know, they're out there. Black Ops 2 did 12.42 million units on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. So you look at it. You look at the numbers. Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, 1 million units increase in the United States. It was on the uptick. Then you look at Black Ops 2 to Black Ops 1, it's on a downtick. 3 million units. And this is what I mean by when, you know, a game has dropped in overall units from its last game. I'm talking about Black Ops 2 dropped 3 million units in the United States from its last version of its game. What does that tell you? You are going in the wrong direction. Now you look at Ghost. Ghost, remember I told you Ghost did 20 million units? 20.56 million units across the 4 consoles. You know what it did in the United States? It did 9 million, almost exactly, on the Xbox and the PS3. So you're talking another 4 million units dropped from Black Ops 2, the last version. And for Modern Warfare 3, you're talking a 5 million unit drop in sales in the United States. It completely tells you that you're going in the wrong direction because Ghost is nothing but a clone of Black Ops 2's Treyarch game. It's all going in the wrong direction. Because you look at the model, there was never a fucking dolphin dive, slide, all that bullshit, leaning, all that crap in from Black Ops. That's a Black Ops 2 mentality philosophy of a game. That's all David Vonderhaar's vision being put into an Infinity Ward game. And it completely shows you, not only are they not happy, they're pissed off. So Ghost from Modern Warfare 3 is a 5 million unit drop in sales. Do 5 million times $60 and figure that out. Not including DLC and microtransactions that you lost out on. It has nothing to do with console console consolidation. They didn't sell shit. It was like 1 million in the United States for Xbox One, and then 1.2 or 1.7, 1.6, 1 point something on both new consoles. And that's not talking. I'm talking in USA. We're talking USA numbers here. So you're looking at least 4 to 5 million drop. So this idea that everybody's coming to me on Twitter talking all this bullshit about esports. Let me tell you what esports is. History repeats itself. I'm giving you some gaming history. I've been here since day one. I've given you the numbers. I'll put them in the description. I'll put the link in the description. You can go do it yourself. It's in there. The numbers do not lie. So this esports initiative is nothing more than developers and Activision not knowing any better. You know, the point is that they abandoned their whole entire base of fans and going in the direction of esports when these people all they're doing is they're window shoppers. The people that are watching them and they're not buying the games. They're never going to be. Listen, this initiative that you're trying to push for esports players, how many parents of kids and people who come home from work have time to play 40? Why do you think there's only 500 teams, and I'm being generous, maybe like 300 or 200 teams? Why do you think the same 4 teams are out there? How many people have the time to do what they do? 50, 60, 70 hours a week, grinding every single day. The initiative that you're trying to push on people, that's not going to work. That vision is not going to happen. You're not capturing their views or their eyes playing your game physically. They might be watching Call of Duty, but they're not purchasing your game and playing it. You see the difference? You're trying to push this vision of Nadeshot prototype on every single little kid out there in X Games and stuff like that. They're not going out. It's not going to happen. First of all, their parents are not going to let them do it. The majority of them. So that means a lot of these people out there, it's just not going to happen. People who work every day, who come home, they just want to blow off steam and blow shit up. They want to go Rambo inside the game. Look at the numbers. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. Most sold games. You know why? Because they had the kill streaks. They went berserk up in there. The problem with esports and Call of Duty and why it's going to repeat like Halo is because there's a difference between there's a difference between pub games and pro games. The pro games are rules made up by a select few people. And that the rest of us don't have time for their little rules. So your game that you create for the public will never fit into the rules. So if you can never combine these two games as it's played outside, as it's played inside of esports, you are essentially creating a division within your own game. You're displacing the casual community, which is gonna just leave, and then you're creating community which people cannot do. You're splitting your game in two. I mean, I don't think you've learned your lesson from Elite. Remember Elite when you had to pay to get on there, and then you had to buy the map packs. it was fracturing the community. There would be a group of people who would pay for it, and they get it early, and they get to play it early. And so those people were playing it, and the other people were like just left out in the middle field. So you just kept cutting off from that cake. You keep cutting off from the total people who play this game. You're killing this franchise. You know, the only solution here is that these people, you have to make a Call of Duty that is played the same way that it is played in esports. If that's the vision you're trying to push, then at least you have to create this fallacy that a casual person could be an esports guy because they play by the same rules. They play by the same kill streaks and everything is in the game. But you totally separate that. So, I mean, I can't... I'm a casual player. I can't connect with that. That shit's boring. You know what esports is? The same 3 maps and the same 2 weapons. You know, here's the thing. What I want to say to you developers in Activision, why don't you go ahead and do a spin-off of complete esports and snipers games and see how many people go and buy your franchise. Make it one snipes only and esports only. Put that together in a game, sell it, and see how many people buy it. Because right now you're just sitting there chiseling away. You know, you went 5 million down from your last 5 million units down from your last Call of Duty in the United States. Where the trigger of the wave is just going to push out to the rest of the world. Eventually, it's getting there. History will repeat itself. Gaming history will repeat itself. I've been here. I've seen it. I know what's going to happen. So, you know, this is why people, they think they know what they're talking about on Twitter. They don't know shit about the Call of Duty history. They're on this E train, you know, because this is a Kony 2012 bandwagon. Let's just go ahead and jump on whatever that's saying. Let's just go and do it. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to tell not only you people who play Call of Duty, not only you people who play Call of Duty esports, and not only the developers and everybody out there who is a military first-person shooter fan, it's going to take one company to wake up and make a first-person military shooter that everybody can have fun on. All you have to do is copy Modern Warfare 2, make it the next generation graphics with all the explosions and shit like that, and, you know, don't put the nonsense in there, fucking one-man army, all that trash, and you will go to sleep. Call of Duty franchise will disappear, because you know why? Halo disappeared, and it had Microsoft behind it, and I know Activision doesn't have that kind of money. So it takes one company to wake up and smell the coffee. One AAA title that is a first-person military shooter that isn't retarded. That all you have to do is grab the casual community. They're waiting for you. It's right there in the numbers. I put the numbers right there. 5 million down. At one point, in the United States, 15 million units are waiting for you. Are just waiting for you. You know, I talked, and I'm not trying to throw people under the bus, but I talked to my boy Jared Gerson, who was at Zombies, and he's like, and I don't understand what's wrong with a lot of people out there. They're like, oh, I mean, I said, why don't you guys just make a Call of Duty clone? You can, the numbers are right there. What don't you see about that? And I don't want to make Call of Duty. I don't want to make Call of Duty clone. I don't want to do it. What are you guys scared of? Man, I mean, I'm literally just gonna stop what I'm doing and get up and do it myself. It's like the numbers don't lie. You come up with a AAA title, any company out there. I mean, Battlefield is the biggest joke. I don't know what the hell's going on over that company. They waste so much money on some dumb shit. I don't even understand it. But they've been chasing Call of Duty forever, and the door has never been open as wide as it is now. Literally, if you went out and ignored Call of Duty esports and went right after the casual community, there would be no Call of Duty. Without the casual community buying this game, there is no esports. Look at Halo. I don't know how much more clear I gotta make it. You know, it's depressing to me, and the reason why I make these videos is because I enjoyed having fun and just getting on there and kicking ass and enjoying myself. But you have this infiltration of the social stratosphere and these developers and this Activision. They're older guys, and their heads are stuck in cubicles, and they're looking at the ground. They can't see what's going on. They don't have the history or the knowledge. They don't understand that. Their care to the casual community is non-existent. If Battlefield or anybody at DICE or anybody came along and just made a game to where you could have fun and go Rambo and shit, and it was fluidity and had greatness and everything like that, I mean, shit, just call me in. I'll save Killzone. I'll save Titanfall. Listen, I'm not trying to be arrogant. These numbers don't lie. I'm just trying to tell you what you need to do. It's that simple. So, like I said, in the end of this video, I don't have nothing against Nadeshot. Look, everybody, and I'm not pointing him out. He's just the pinnacle of that community. I'm all for those guys making money. That's good for them. You know, my wish and my dream is that the developer is smart enough to understand that you cannot push this vision. At the end of the day, that is not going to be that's not going to change what is Call of Duty or what is going on there. You're not League of Legends. You're Call of Duty. You're a military first-person shooter. That's what you are. You cannot expect people in your home as a console to give up that much time to play a game. It's not going to happen. And you cannot support esports if you do not have the casual community buying your game in order to do those things. And a AAA title will come right behind you and steal your business. And you're leaving the door wide open. The only way that I can see this benefiting, and like I said, I'm not hating on them, is if they incorporated a game or a hybrid that is playable and fun outside and playable for esports. If they did that, then yeah, it might work. But they have to sit down with both and come together for a deal. You know, you have to come together in order to save the casual community who enjoys themselves coming home. They don't watch esports. None of these guys even care. They don't care less about that shit. They want to come home and like, what happened to my game? I used to play Modern Warfare 2 and I was exploding shit with, what happened? They just like, fuck it. I'm done with that game. They just leave. They're not going to sit here and make a 37-minute video or whatever, how long I've been talking. They're not going to sit there. I'm giving you the fucking keys. I'm taking time out of my life to explain it to you dumbass developers and publishers how to make a first-person shooter. It's literally the pussiness, and you don't take what I'm saying as constructive criticism. You take it as a personal attack. It's not. I could care less about you. I care about enjoying myself and having fun. I'm giving you an insight over 6-7 years on YouTube in this forum and all this bullshit social stratosphere of what's going on. But you're too busy making your game. You don't see it. That's the problem. You only see what you're affected by. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, what is out there. This is my only way I can get to you. This is it. I mean, in this right here, you know, like I said, I still think Call of Duty has the best overall functionality, fluidity, and the base model of a game. You know, until somebody else comes along and steals that functionality and fluidity, Call of Duty is going to be number one, but it's dying slowly and hard. It's just going to take one AAA, one next generation guy to come along and be like, oh, just copy Call of Duty, make Modern Warfare 2, or Call of Duty 4, Black Ops 1. That's all I have to do. Put better graphics on it. What do I care about esports? Esports was being played before this whole big thing happened. They were fine. They seemed to manage quite well without influencing the game into garbageness for everybody else. You know, this is my last video on this topic. You know, I mean, if you guys don't get it now, there's no Jesus Christ himself couldn't come down here and save you. There's no saving it. So that's it. If you don't get it on this video, you'll never get it. You're completely brainwashed, and nothing's going to change that. And you know what? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If nothing changes, Call of Duty, like I said, is going to be taken over by another AAA title. Somebody's going to get smart and make a triple title, whether it be me or somebody else, and it's going to be over for them. And they're going to realize that it didn't work with Halo. It's not working with Call of Duty. MLG is just a leech on the series. You know, Activision doesn't benefit nothing from this. You know, you're not selling X amount of units because of MLG, and it's not in the public eye. The best form of communication, especially in the age we live in now, is that people telling each other about how great this game is. Oh, playing on Twitter, man. Tell my guys on friend Twitter, YouTube, whatever, blah, this game is awesome. What do you got now? You got a couple guys that you funnel your business philosophy through. And if you don't see yourself as them, 70-hour-a-week guy or whatever it is, then why are you playing Call of Duty? What is that vision? It's not going to happen. It's a failed idea from the start. Clearly pointed out by Black Ops 1 and when it all started. Black Ops 1. Black Ops 2. I'm sorry, excuse me. Black Ops 2. From the last, when it started going down, 12.42 million units in the United States. Huge. 3 million drop. I mean, if that doesn't tell you, I don't know what else does. And now we're at 9 million with Ghost. I like the game. I don't like the idiots who I talk to on the internet and so on and so forth. It's ridiculous. They don't understand they don't get the whole picture. Anyways, I'm done talking. I'm sure there's some points I forgot. I'm sure everything's not exactly right. But mark my words, come back to this video. Call of Duty is not going to be saved by esports. That's not the answer. You need to take care of and retain the subscribers you have now. It's every business model out there to retain what they have and service them with an impressed and amazed service. Instead, what do? Your business models are terrible. You keep changing the game. You keep changing the philosophy. I mean, Battlefield and EA is the worst at this. I mean, they went from Battlefield 2 Modern Combat to Bad Company to Battlefield 3 and 4, and now it's fucking Police something. I don't even know. That game's about to take a major hit. Not only have you pissed off your core audience by throwing a Battlefield name on there, but it's not Battlefield, it's a cop game. I mean, basically Call of Duty, if it wasn't for the fluidity and the controls, Advanced Warfare is not a Call of Duty game. And they're lucky that, you know, if this game is somewhat fun, that people are going to play it. You better hope the exosuits are dope and this game doesn't have a bunch of fucking head glitching ridiculousness with shitty ass streaks in it, because it's going to be a failure. And you know what? Esports is going to ruin Call of Duty for the simple fact that, you know, they're neglecting the people who pay the bills. Without the casual community paying to keep this game afloat, there is no esports. Look at Halo. It's a distant memory. One AAA title. Your back is wide open on Call of Duty. Anyways, I'm done. I'm through. I told you the deal. You know what's up. Those are the numbers. I'll try to put it in the description with the link. You can go do your own research. I don't give a damn. You know, I'm going to play Advanced Warfare. Yeah, I'm going to play it. It's a new game. I want to see what they've done. Yeah, I'm looking towards E3 and awesome Homefront, Rainbow Six, a bunch of other games out there. But none of these games, I don't think, are trying to deliver the fun factor. You know, they're all these independent developers on this ego trip of making their game. They're not making it for us. They're making it for themselves, and they want you to play their game. I mean, a huge example of this is Killzone. I mean, what the hell is that? I think it's a great maps and everything, but you're playing their game. It's completely, like, made for, like, 15 guys in a room who developed it. I mean, this is where we're heading down this road, even though they're in these independents and getting away from the toxic studios. Yeah, we're getting away from fun. We're playing individual games now. You know, it's like I'm throwing you a football, but I'm gonna take out the threads in it. You're gonna have to learn to throw my football. It's ridiculous. Anyways, and that's why I'm just kind of disgusted with gaming at this point, especially multiplayer first-person shooters. Anyways, I'm done. I'll leave the numbers below. You can look at the American numbers. You can look at the overall global numbers. You can look at the link. You can make the decision yourself. I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. I only used Nadeshot's name because Michael Condrey called him out, and because he is the leader of the esports community. You know, I'm happy for those guys. I am the least bit, I'm the least bit, mad at them for making money. I'm fucking happy they're making money. I'm so fucking excited. But that's not what I'm targeting my feelings toward. I'm targeting my feelings at like Michael Condrey and Activision and the other developers who don't see that you're not going to have your little esports thing if you don't take care of the rest of the community. You have to either A, incorporate us, and it has to be the same as the esports game, or you're going to have to make two separate games. You have to compromise. You can't have the game one way or the other. It's just going to keep going down in sales. I'm trying to help you with your game. I'm fucking happy for those guys. I'm glad for MLG and all that bullshit. Yeah, fun. Have a good time. I support my guys at Michigan LAN Tournament Esports. I support these guys. But the point that you're taking away the fun that I have, because I don't have time to play 70 hours a week, and you make the game shitty, then I'm going to make videos like this. So anyways, alright, it's a long fucking video. I'm out. I'm sorry for swearing and all that, but I'm kind of disgusted. I'm tired of, like, these guys not brainstorming, with people who pay the bills. I hope you guys realize this. And if you're one of these people, and you don't want to buy Call of Duty, I don't blame you. I'm on a verge of might be the first year that I seriously, I've never quit Call of Duty this early before. I usually, I play into March and May and June, but I quit in like February. I haven't played Ghost in like 3 months, and I'm gonna play for the new maps because I, paid for them. But this might be the first Call of Duty that if I see a different first-person shooter that is a good AAA title that is at E3, I might be inclined not to play this game. And once you lose your hardcore casual group of people, then that's a slope that just goes down fast. Once guys like us say, hey, come on over to this game, they're going to come over. Because we're having fun on that game. I remember it vividly in my brain when I was playing beta Call of Duty 4. And I was playing with NASA. And we were waiting for Battlefield 3 to come out. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat. Battlefield 3 Modern Combat. Fucking can't wait. It's going to be the best fucking game. Call of Duty's going to suck. We're not playing this game. What happens? They completely changed it. Battlefield Bad Company. What the hell is that? And you got smoked. EA got destroyed. Halo got destroyed. First it was Battlefield. Battlefield was running the console. Call of Duty killed Battlefield, and then Halo was killed by Modern Warfare 2. Because the same thing's gonna happen. Same thing's gonna happen. Mark my words. All right, so that's my little vlog for today. It might as well be like a podcast or whatever. By the Numbers podcast. There you go. So, anyways. Sorry, I have been posting videos because I got better things to do now. It's summer, springtime. You guys should enjoy yourself. I just got very annoyed by Michael Condrey's comments. I got very annoyed by people saying that esports is not the problem in Call of Duty, saying that, it is the problem. They're focusing on esports and not focusing on the people who pay the bills. That's the problem. It's proven right there. Black Ops 2 down 3 million units. That's David Vonderhaar's idea, esports brainwashed by whoever over there. I don't know the exact names of everybody. Every time I say names, oh, it wasn't me. Nobody ever listened to me. Von don't listen to me. Well, it's Von's baby. It's his initiative, so I'm going to blame him. You know? You don't want to take care of the casual community? That's fine. They just won't make videos like me. They won't care. They will just leave. So no matter how much money you spend on advertising, how much you try to push this bullshit esports initiative, you're dangling a piece of cheese in front of kids that they can never reach. They can't reach that goal. Far and few between. But everybody can go into a Call of Duty game like Modern Warfare 2 and go Rambo on any given day. Black Ops 1, Gunner, Dogs, Infrared, blah, blah, blah. Any given day, a guy could be a hero. These new Call of Duties, if you're not esports, you're not a fucking hero. You took the common denominator, ripped it out of YouTube. You ripped out what perpetuated your game into, like, the stratosphere. You ripped it out. You, David Vonderhaar, ripped it right out of YouTube. I'm tired of these 100-kill videos. I'm tired of everybody, it's disrespectful for the way I make this game. Well, guess what? Your shareholders care. You lost about, down to 9 million units in the United States on Ghost. They care. I care. I had fun. So you ripped out that common denominator of a casual dude having a good time in the game. And now you're pushing this initiative that if one AAA comes behind you that is halfway decent to Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, Call of Duty 4, you're done. Game in history. Right here, living icon. Giving it to you straight. Nobody's gonna bullshit you. Fist is not gonna bullshit you. I make $0 on this channel. Not zero, but come on. I got less than $100, whatever. I don't make shit on this channel. I do it because I love gaming. And somebody on this forum can't be a pussy and speak up. These other guys who just sit there and go, Call of Duty's so awesome. Hey guys, what's going on? They're paid informants. Yeah, man, I don't know. Anyways, once I'm gone, I don't know what you guys are going to do. I guess you're just going to be the Coney 2012 brainwash generation. Brainwash Generation Z. Nate Shot and those guys and whoever has all the command on Twitter and stuff. This game is awesome. This is going to be the best game ever. And guess what? You're going to believe it. And then when you buy the game and you fucking realize it's a piece of shit, you're going to be pissed. Anyways, I'm out. Like I said, I don't have nothing personal against anybody personally. This video was strictly made with the intentions of Activision and the developers to include the 99% of the people who used to have fun playing this game do not have fun anymore. Because they can't go Rambo, they can't just play this game. They're forced into thinking that they got to be some fucking 70-hour esports pro. And the game's centered around fucking head glitches every 5 steps and all that other bullshit. It's ridiculous. Man, just bring back the shit the way it was. Put HD graphics on it and fucking leave the fluidity. Come on, man. I mean, what do you got to do? Where the hell is Glenn Schofield? I mean, he's the only guy around in this damn place that has any common sense. I mean, Glenn, if you're listening, watch my video. I know it's fucking boring and it's an hour or whatever, how long it is. But Jesus. If anybody knows, tell me that you're having fun. Like when I seen Michael Conjure say, oh man, Black Ops 2 was awesome in the interview, I'm like, oh my god, this guy's full of shit. He's lying. And I didn't see Glenn say one fucking thing about Black Ops 2. Because he knows it was garbage. Now come on, Glenn. If the game isn't fun, man, you gotta tell people. Keeping it real, bro. It's the only guy I like in the whole division of Activision is Glenn Schofield. That is it. Everybody else, I'm done. Anyways, I'm done talking. You leave the information below. I'm sorry I dragged you through the mud on this, but just look at it as a podcast. You don't even have to watch the video. Just you're listening to it. Whatever. Anyways, I'm done. Here's my hour video. All right, I'll see you guys later.